Welcome to the Sparks of Hope Shooting for Success Summit. You will discover innovative talks for personal and business expansion with leading experts. Today, be ready to be infused with hope, strength, and confidence, and find powerful direction to lead you on a path of success. Join our 21 world-class speakers and experience inspiration, hope for your future, and an elevation of your desires. Inspired Choices Network, our summit hosts, are excited to have you here.
Hey everyone, how are you? This is Baeth Davis, and I am broadcasting today from New York City, one of my favorite places in the world. And if you're attending this session, we are going to explore 3 ways you can attract your ideal clients using human design. Now, if I am new to you, very, very quickly, back in my late 20s, which was half a lifetime ago, a friend of mine bugged me to get a palm reading. I thought she was an idiot, but she kept bugging me. And then I did it. And then I had to apologize that actually it was a really good thing. And it set me on a path to figure out who I am so I could help other people figure out who they are. And I became rather obsessed with this concept of life purpose, that we must have a purpose here on the planet. I was going to work at this corporate job and bored out of my skull, dealing with all sorts of red tape and the kind of nonsense that a lot of people engage in, hopefully not you, where people react to life as they think it should be rather than how life really is. And I'm a as life really is kind of person. So I'm very adaptable. Whatever life throws at me, that's what I have to work with. Well, it's very advantageous if you want to create anything because you're actually in real time. You're not in a fantasy in your head. So I ran into this a lot at work, and I would go home from work super frustrated. And that was around the time I got that palm reading. And then many, many years later, after reading hands and building a coaching business and teaching people how to read hands, I was introduced to human design. And in 1987, a man named Ra Uru Hu had an experience where he heard a voice. And this voice spoke to him for 8 days and 8 nights. And he transcribed what the voice told him. And that is the human design system. Now, this is where it gets really wonderful and spooky. Everything the voice told him that was predicted on a timeline to the date has happened. And a lot of the things that are going on the planet right now that are being blamed on other people, they aren't people. They're the shifts in our solar system. Something like a big change in the moon or major solar flares, it affects human behavior. Humans like to think they're large and in charge of their lives, but the truth is we're deeply conditioned. We're deeply malleable. We're easily manipulated. You are so easily manipulated if you are not in charge of yourself. So I was taken in by human design because it is the first system I've come across, and I've studied most of them. I have studied tarot, Enneagram, astrology, palm reading, most of the occult, and I have a very good working knowledge of physics and other aspects of science. I'm a bit of a nerd. So when human design came to me, I realized, we could make decisions with this incredible tool. So I'm not going to spend time today, because we don't have a ton of time today, to go into all the decision-making styles. Essentially, human design is to help you make correct decisions, not from your mind, but from your internal guidance system. Some of you are very good at this. You don't give in to your mind. You let it just talk to you. You watch it, but you don't take orders from your mind. The majority of human beings have never had this experience of really, truly allowing their body to lead their life. And that's what I'm suggesting to you today. Whatever you take from this session, consider structuring your life around your body, particularly if you're in a female body, because the female body, with all of its hormone patterns, needs a tremendous amount of rest and downtime. And if you try to push yourself like a woman who's gone through menopause or a man, they have much more similar hormone systems at that point. You're going to really burn yourself out. So be patient with yourself and honor your body. My rule is I don't do anything I don't want to do. I just delegate it or I ditch it. And I truly have a life built around my core genius. People ask me, how come you're so relaxed and so happy? And I say, well, I only do what I want to do. Why would I do anything I don't want to do, right? All right, so let's get into how we can use human design, this incredible system that Ra downloaded in 1987, to help you attract the people most meant to work with you. And what I'm going to share with you today is some basic building blocks of how this works. Okay, so I'm just going to look at my notes here. All right, so number one, we're going to look at strategy and authority. Number two, we're going to look at a little bit more in depth, surrendering to your body's intelligence. And number three, we're going to talk about what goes into a human design business plan. Because the structure for the business plan, quote unquote, business plan, is the same for each human being. The content within it is different. And because of that, the way the actual business will manifest in the 3D world, this world of things, this 3D world, it's going to be different for each of you. It's wonderful to learn business techniques. It's good to learn about accounting. It's good to learn about marketing. It's good to learn copywriting. Ultimately, you've got to filter every skill you have through your own truth. And what happens is when you're living your life at the speed of your body, as the Druids said, do without doing, and the doing gets done. You end up doing just what you have to do. The universe takes care of the rest of it. The universe works right through us. So imagine your body as a geometric grid, and the neutrino stream of the universe is flowing through your body 24/7. That's the matrix. That's the conditioning field. You don't get out of the matrix. And the matrix isn't people. People will operate within the matrix for good, bad, or ugly. You can't stop the matrix. However, when you're able to make decisions, you can work with it. And that is power. Because now you're not being abused by the energy of the universe. You're not being abused by the energy of other people. You are in charge. Okay, so number one, let's have a look at your strategy and authority. Your strategy and authority are the way in which you can approach your reality such that you make good decisions for yourself. Now, there are 8 distinct decision-making styles in human design, and all the information's in the links. You can go get a chart, a free chart, if you want one. And in the chart, it will say what your strategy and authority is. So I'm going to just name 4 strategies, and one of those 4 will apply to you. The first strategy, and the most common for the type called the generator, which also includes manifesting generators. We're the worker bees, the generators and manifesting generators. We're the builders. So that's a major part of knowing how you're going to build your business because of your type. Generators and manifesting generators have a big enveloping aura, goes about 15 feet in all directions. I'm a generator. So when I walk down a New York City street, all the people that walk past me, I take in their aura. And I'm very good at reading it. So I know what people have had for breakfast and how much money they have in their bank account. You may not have that skill, but I do. I find out way too much about people when they just walk right through my aura. Generators have this magnetic aura. It attracts things to it like a metal detector. Your job is to be in response to life. Wait to respond. There's always something to respond to. A question, the breeze, anything at all. A billboard, a song on the radio. Then you have the manifester. They have a closed and repelling aura. It's not easy for people to connect with them. And historically, they were the dictators. They were the dictators. So their strategy is to inform. They need to inform people of what they're doing because they have a very forceful energy field. It pushes things out of the way. And so for the manifester, they need to simply tell people what they're doing. And then they have less resistance. Then you have the projectors. And the projectors have an aura that's mostly the front of their body. It looks like a Pinocchio nose or a Snoopy nose. And when they walk into your aura, their energy bumps you. Because of that, the projector has to wait to be invited, especially to the big things in life, work, love, wait to be invited. And when you're invited, check in because it may not be the right invitation. You don't have to accept every invitation. And then finally, we have the reflector, very unusual being, only about 1.5–2% of the whole world's population. And they are actually moon beings. The generators, manifesting generators, manifestors, and projectors are solar beings. They're affected very much by the frequency of the sun. The reflector relates to the moon. They're moon beings. And for them to make a decision, it is best they wait at least 28 days or an entire moon cycle. Now, a decision could take years. It could literally take years, or it could take a month. All right, so those are the strategies. Now, there are authorities, and the authority is the process for making the decision. I'm not going to go into that right now, but this is what you want to practice. So as you work your strategy and authority, you align to your design. You come into a state of alignment with your being. And what happens in this alignment is you begin attracting the right people, places, and things for you, not what society tells you, not what you read in a book. All of that's fine. And you need to filter it through your strategy and authority, because we are moving into a time historically where we will not have leaders. We will not have leaders like we've had leaders. Notice all the ruckus right now. Oh, somebody needs to do something. No one's going to do anything. You're going to do it. And what we're moving into is role model or self-led leadership, which means you're literally the boss of your life. You're going to have to find your own internal value system, your own internal code, and live by that fearlessly. Now, the downside of this is if you still care what people think about you, if your fear of social rejection is a problem, you will not succeed at this. Differentiating, which is what I'm talking about here, if you really want to be very successful and happy in your life, means you're going to be a weirdo. Because the majority of the world isn't hip to this. They're not, and they never will be. And that's okay. It's this or that. That's life. It's choices, this or that or this. So if you're hearing this now, you are now being given the keys to the kingdom. You're being given special knowledge to protect you, because this knowledge was downloaded for this time in history. Civilization as we know it is falling into the ocean. It is disintegrating. And you're at sparks of hope. And the hope is you, the self-led leader. Okay, so step number 1, align to your design. Now, step number 2 is surrendering to your body's intelligence. And I spoke about this a little bit earlier if you were with us, but I'll say it again here. What do I mean by that? What I mean is many people use their mind to power through their exhaustion, to make themselves do one more thing. In fact, that's the conditioning. Get up at 3 a.m. and do your morning routine and make sure you get everything done before bed. And it's like, who is this for? Who am I getting up for me? Am I getting up at 4 a.m. for me? Probably not. I'm not a morning person. My day doesn't typically start until 11 a.m. Today was early. I had to be ready before 10. I'm a night owl. So what? My life is set up for me. And I encourage all the people around me to set up their life for them. Now, when people want to argue with me about my life choices, they're out of my life. Bye. See ya. Toodaloo. So if you're a high activity person and someone's always trying to get you to calm down, they're not the right person for you. And if you're a really calm person and you're around someone and you always get wound up around them, they're not the right person for you. I know a lot of us have to distance ourselves from certain family members and whatnot. This is no joke. You cannot allow negativity and interference in. And the key is to build your life around the needs of your physical body, because your body knows how to do life. Your mind doesn't have a clue. And when your body is moving through time and space and it's rested and fed and happy, and it's interacting with people who are rested and fed and happy, it's very easy to do business. I don't even have to sell. I'll make a sales page. I'll put on a class. Right? But when you're in the energy, people are buying your energy. They're saying, I want some of that. I'll have some of that, please. And no hype, and no crazy deadlines, all that stuff, all designed to manipulate you out of your own power. Don't be that business person. All right, now number 3, this is the key piece. Number 3 is the business map that is possible from your human design. So I'm going to go through the key components And then if you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'm going to be around all day with the other amazing speakers. So, write your questions down. And if there's time, I'll do my best to answer them. All right. So step number 3 is you want to make a map using the data in your human design for your business. And there are 4 key components, just 4, in that design. And they are the marker or number or gate. I'm going to call it gate from now on, the gate, because there's 64 gates in a human design chart and you only have 26 activations. So your human design chart concerns itself with 26 activations. Of those 26 activations, 4 of them are very, very specific to the business you're building. All right, so the very first one is your personality sun. And the way you would know this astrologically is your sun sign. You know that, hey, what's your sign? Linda Goodman, may she rest in peace. She wrote those wonderful books, Love Signs and Sun Signs. She was a major mover and shaker in getting astrology out. What's your sign? So that sun sign and where it was in the sky when you were born, the moment you were born, that's your life's work or your brand. Mine happens to be in the gate of self-led leadership, in the role of leader. So people think whatever they think about me. They think I'm a human design teacher, which I do, or they think I'm a palm reader, which I do. But I'm a leader, a quiet leader. I'm the invisible visionary leader behind the curtain, encouraging people to be a leader. So occasionally I'll step out for something like this, but mostly I'm alone studying and writing and preparing materials for my students and my clients. So I'm encouraging people to be that self-led leader. So wherever that gate is, numerically, of the 64 in your personality sun, that's your life's work or your brand. So that's the overarching umbrella of your human design structure business. What is your life's work? What is your brand? It's in your DNA. So you can see how important it is to get aligned to your body, because your body has all the intelligence to take you where you need to go and to be with the people you need to be with. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is what I would refer to as your desk work. And your desk work is what you do day to day. And it's on the design side of your chart. And I'm not even going to go into all the placements because we have limited time, but that's component number 2. So your desk work is what you actually do with your physical energy for work. It's one gate. And then the third thing is your culture, your quote unquote culture in your business. Now, the culture is the way in which you work, with how many people you work, the kind of clients that you attract. And then number 4 is what I call the prosperity mantra. And when you get this prosperity mantra correct, because the mantra actually triggers a DNA awareness in your body. It's the key to your prosperity. So the key to my prosperity is such that victory will not be achieved until all negativity is eliminated. I finally understand what that means. In my life, I have to eliminate all negativity or I cannot be successful. And that has certainly been my experience. Now, that isn't true for every one of you. Some of you are here to integrate the shadow and bring that into your business. It just depends on what's in your chart. Okay, so we're going to be coming up on time here soon. So I want to recap this. All right, number 1, align to your design. Strategy and authority is how you make decisions and it relaxes your physical body. Number 2, surrender to your body. Begin building your life around what your body needs. Do you hydrate it properly? Do you feed it properly? Do you rest it, exercise it? Do you listen to it when it says, I don't like this restaurant, I don't like these people, I don't want to go? Don't go against that stuff. Honor your body. Your body will begin bringing you miracles. Almost within hours, I've seen this happen. The person gets the special phone call. They hear from the guy or gal they were waiting to hear from, that kind of thing. So really build your life around your body. And then number 3, you want to make a business plan from these key components in your human design. Number 1, your life's work placement. Number 2, your desk work or your day-to-day activity. Number 3, your culture. Who are the people you're working with and who are the people you're attracting? And number 4, your prosperity mantra or prosperity key, because when your mind is meditating on that prosperity key, it changes how you see the world and it expands your realm. It also helps to expand your nervous system. So I'll leave you with this. Your commitment to living aligned to your design will relax your body. And when you relax your nervous system, you become a magnet to opportunity, to the right people, places, and things. And I'm going to give you a bonus tip. If you're hanging out with people and you don't like how you show up around them, in other words, you don't like what comes out of your mouth when you're with them or what behavior comes out of you when you're around them, those people that bring out your bad side, you need to not be with those people. Because ultimately, this is all about who is in your life. And if you want to attract clients who are incredible, who pay you, who do the work, you need to be a person who's incredible, who pays, who does the work. You know, do you buy your friends books? Do you buy them by bulk? Right? Do you send those books to your clients? Do you support all the other business people you know? And if not, why not? You want people to support you. So here's the thing. What you give will be what you receive. Remember to give to yourself as much, if not more, than you give to others. And when you get that ratio right, life is very smooth. All right, I'm going to leave you with this quote. I live by this quote. It's from the Navy SEALs. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Let me repeat that again. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. I look forward to those of you I'm going to have some time with to work on your business plan if you so choose. I do hope you get your human design chart, because this information will help you navigate in a future when the only leader is you. When you call 911 and no one picks up, when there is no car mechanic to fix your car, do you know how to lead your own life? I think you do. Thank you so much for this time today. I look forward to hearing from the other speakers, and thank you, all of you, for this incredible time together. All right. I wish you well. Bye for now. I do see a question, and I'll answer it later.
Motivating
Bye.
talk on the Sparks of Hope Shooting for Success Summit. Inspired Choices Network and our expert speakers are excited to connect with you and learn about your hopes and desires to lead you to greater success. If you would like to learn more about everything Inspired Choices Network offers, including future summits, please email us at info@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.